friends, my name is Nihal Sriram, and as I promised that I will bring interview series for engineers. So this is our first video. इंटरव्यू तो मैं ऑफलाइन ही लेना चाहता था, लेकिन ड्यू टू प्रिवेलिंग कोविड कंडीशन इट वाज नॉट पॉसिबल एंड सो आई रिकॉर्डेड ऑन गूगल मीट. आई होप you learn and enjoy this video and also share with all of your friends.
So let's begin the interview and welcome Shivam.
थैंक यू निहाल.
So Shivam selected हुए SC Infra में in MTech second year from structures.
Nihal, firstly, I would like to introduce myself. I come from a private engineering background. I did my BTech from MIT Ujjain, and coming till NIT Warangal was not a easy journey because, as we know, the students from private engineering college focus more on fun things and all. But I seriously prepared for my GATE exam from 2019, and in 2020 I cracked GATE. With some respectable score. Then I got admission in NIT Warangal. In my first round, I got CTM as my branch. Then I upgraded to engineering structures. And after coming here, I had so much expectations from the college, and also there was very much pressure that क्या मैं कर पाऊंगा. Means NIT Warangal comes under top 3 NITs, as you know. I was very much afraid that will I be able to compete with the other students who got so much good rank, so much good score in GATE. But after coming here, the things were in online mode. It was very frustrating during the initial semester 1 and semester 2, because on daily basis we need to do a lot of assignments, project work, seminars. All those things were going on in my head, so I was feeling so much pressure that should I continue the MTech or should I drop in between?
Because so it was MTech is difficult.
Very difficult, Nihal. If you will see in IITs and NITs, especially in top IITs and NITs, the workload is too much during the initial years. Whether it be your online mode or whether it be your offline mode, doesn't matter. You have to do certain things. Means I remember there was a time in my MTech first year in first sem and second sem. On single day, I used to get three long assignments, and the deadline was just day after. So it was really difficult for me to cope up with studies and assignments. There was a lot of pressure. So I also felt like, how will I prepare for the job interviews, the campus placements? Because I was clearly seeing that I was having no time for preparing for the government jobs and other GATE exam like these exams. It was really difficult for me. I was hardly having any time left with me.
So we can conclude that even after clearing GATE exam, we have to work hard.
Really, you have to work hard because see, it goes the other ways as well. If you are working hard in such a big institution, you will get also good opportunities. I would like to tell you, I am also the TNP coordinator here in NIT Warangal for civil branch. So I just received a feedback this afternoon only. One of my batchmate called me and he said to me, NIT Warangal is literally best in terms of placement. In NIT Trichy and other NITs, this many number of companies have never visited our campus.
Placements are really good.
Really good. It depends on the TNP coordinator also, their efforts also. But with the name of NIT Warangal, the tag of NIT Warangal, you can easily approach any company and you can get them to your campus.
Yeah, so the benefit of NIT tag.
Right.
So if you compare the pressure between NIT and IITs and any other general private college, then what you see the difference with your BTech college was your a private college and your MTech college is a NIT, reputed NIT. So how you see the pressure in these two colleges?
Means I can't summarize because there are many differences in terms of pressure. Also, there are many differences. I remember some instances of my college. Here in NIT Warangal, deadline means deadline, literally deadline.
Yes.
I will tell you one small example. We used to submit our assignments and project files during our BTech after 10 to 15 days of deadline. The professors used to consider them, and that too everyone used to cheat and copy during my BTech because it was private college. They were not concerned about that one.
Yes, but this is common scenario.
Yeah, but in NIT Warangal, the professors were so accurate with the results and examinations. They literally used to tell after the completion of examination, this student has copied from this student's copy. And that too, if I talk about the assignments, if some deadline is fixed, it is since it is NIT Warangal, so they are using some online platform, so they fix the deadline on that one, and after that if you mail also na, they will not consider. So there was huge difference in terms of pressure, because I know I have to submit this thing within deadline. If I will not submit, I will lose my grades. So there is a huge difference in terms
Huge
of
difference.
huge difference.
So, what is the placement procedure in NIT Warangal? What is the common scene there?
Yeah. Since I'm also working in the TNP department, so I would like to brief up about the placement procedures here. So generally, what I have noticed is there are some companies who comes on regular basis, like L&T is there, AC Infratech is there, and some other companies are also there, which comes regularly. And there are other companies whom the TNP approaches, means training and placement approaches, then they come. So mine company was AC Infratech, which is a regular visitor of NIT Warangal. They come on regular basis. So we send them a CPNF form. They fill the CPNF form. They revert us back. Then we get the requirements from the company. Then we have the online test, followed by the personal interviews, which consists of your HR and technical interviews. And in some companies, GDs are also there. But what I have generally observed is for technical companies, GDs are mostly not there.
So, for civil and mechanical people, there will be online test, and after that, there will be interview.
Yeah.
So, how did you prepare for the placement?
Okay. So the first thing in my head was always to get through the filtering criteria, which is the
Hmm.
CGPA here,
Hmm.
because for every company, if you will see, for core also, non-core also, CGPA is the filtering criteria. During my first semester and second semester, my CGPA was quite low. It was not even 7 also, because NIT Warangal here follows relative grading system. And on the scale of 9.5 you are graded. And as far as I remember, the highest CGPA during both the semesters was 8.5 or something like that. So it was really difficult for me to cope up with the CGPA, because that's the filtering criteria. But somehow I managed to go through the borderline. I was somewhere feeling that, yeah, my CGPA is quite low, why company will hire me, because they will like L&T does, they
Right,
look for
yeah.
good CGPA people. So I
Hmm.
was already demotivated by then. But still, I used to prepare some basics of structural engineering, because all these companies which comes for the MTech, especially I'm talking, they moreover focus on your concepts and your what you call it core concepts. Like they would be asking only subjects relevant to your domain. Like if I'm from structure branch, they'd be
Yeah.
asking RCC, SOM, steel, TOS, mechanics, and all these. So I was preparing for them also. Somewhere in my deep conscience, I had that feeling that I will get placed. If not early, at last I will be placed. I was constantly putting my efforts.
Okay, so definitely, if one prepare for the placement, then definitely at the end of the semester he will get placed
Right.
somewhere. Experience in that particular ASC infra.
The infrastructure projects, that too in the bridges department. They have a good business in the northeast, and they construct and design bridges. So they come for two profiles, basically three profiles. Okay, for transportation, for highway, and for structures division. And generally they put structure people in the design team, and highway and CTM people in the site team. So their procedure included a online test. Okay, before that they shortlisted the students based on their CVs and what we call it CGPA criteria.
GPA. Hmm.
Yeah. After that, they conducted the online test. Okay, the online test consisted of the general aptitude and the structure part. Okay, topics and questions related to structures, which were
Hmm.
moderate. I did not feel that it was very hard, like GATE exam or what. It was moderate level. The one who clears the online test goes for the personal interview.
Hmm.
Okay, so the results of the online test were given within 2-3 days, and after that I had my personal interview. So in my panel, I was the first person to get interviewed. So the interview started with a single panel. There was one guy who took my interview. There were single round, no other separate round for the HR.
Only
So
technical round.
only technical round, but at last he asked me some HR questions.
Like what type of questions? HR
Yeah,
questions.
yeah, means what is your specialization? Means what subjects do you like most? So I told him that I like RCC, I like structural dynamics, which is a subject of MTech. After this, he asked me questions from SOM, which was really irrelevant. He asked me, tell me about the conditions of plane stress. I told him that. Then he asked me, what did the project? He asked me about my BTech project. What did you do in your BTech project? So I told him this was my project. Then he slowly moved on to the software part because he was also looking to my resume at the same time. We have given a resume. So in my resume, it was written that I have learned SAP 2000 and StatPro software. So he asked me, what do you know about StatPro software and have you worked on that one? And likewise, he asked me some questions related to RCC, some questions related to steel, and he covered all the topics. Means my interview went for 15 to 20 minutes, so he tried to cover all the aspects in that one. And talking about the HR part, he asked me that where do you see yourself after 5 years from here? So yeah.
So you got placement, and there is also a common perception about civil engineers that civil engineering do not get placements, and CSITs are a booming field. So,
Right.
what do you feel the limitations of civil engineering students, and how? What is your message?
Personally, I feel it's not the exact case. The students are, blaming always the civil industry and industry. But what I personally feel here after coming to NIT Warangal and working with the TNP is there is a huge gap in skills. What we are taught and what the industry needs, there's a huge gap. We need to means you can't compare civil industry and IT industry because whatever is taught in IT industry is relevant to their coursework and they get training of that thing and they work accordingly. But in civil, you need to have knowledge of IS codes. Students generally don't know IS codes. They don't have knowledge on that. They don't have clear concepts with RCC. These are the basic fundamentals. If you are not having the skills, how can you expect a company to hire you? That's not industry's fault. There is a huge gap, I personally believe. And my suggestion for the students is if you are having the relevant skills, like you are clear with your core concepts, you are having the knowledge of some softwares which are required by the industry, if you know drawing, reading, why won't a company hire you? Yeah, you should have some basic skills which are required.
Yeah, means if you are good for the industry, then they will
Yeah,
definitely hire.
they will hire you. That's what.
So लास्ट में इतना कह सकते हैं कि थोड़ी मेहनत करने की ज़रूरत है स्टूडेंट्स को भी अपनी साइड से, अदरवाइज
बिल्कुल
प्लेसमेंट तो हो जाते हैं।
बिल्कुल।
और जितने भी गेट के लिए स्टूडेंट्स देख रहे हैं और साथ में दूसरे सिविल इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स भी, उनसे यही है कि गेट के बाद भी मेहनत करना पड़ेगा,
बिल्कुल
क्योंकि आगे भी मेहनत करना ज़रूरी है।
बिल्कुल।
एमटेक में
एक
भी
चीज आपके
हमेशा ही
एक चीज आपके व्यूअर्स को और बताना चाहेंगे कि जो भी आपके इंटरव्यूज होते हैं, चाहे वो HR हो चाहे वो टेक्निकल हो, सभी इंटरव्यूज में सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट स्किल है आपका कॉन्फिडेंस और कम्युनिकेशन। कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर आपके पास टेक्निकल नॉलेज है भी, ऐसे बहुत से बच्चों को मैंने देखा है TNP में काम करते हुए जिनके पास टेक्निकल नॉलेज तो है पर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं, तो वो कोई इंटरव्यू निकाल ही नहीं पा रहे। तो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि अगर यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट विथ योर सफिशिएंट नॉलेज आपके पास होगा, अगर आप यहाँ तक पहुंचे, तो आप अंडर एस्टिमेट कभी खुद को करो मत। ठीक है, तो जो भी दे रहे हो, चाहे वो HR राउंड हो चाहे टेक्निकल राउंड हो, फुल कॉन्फिडेंस ही दीजिए। थोड़ा ड्रेसिंग सेंस का ध्यान रखिए। अगर आप इंटरव्यू दे रहे हैं, आप टी-शर्ट और ऐसे देंगे, बहुत सारी ऐसी सॉफ्ट स्किल्स भी होती है, तो उसका भी आपको ध्यान रखना रहता है।
छोटी
तो
छोटी
एक
बातें हैं,
छोटी छोटी बातें हैं,
important।
प्रॉपर अटायर में दीजिए, थोड़ी स्माइलिंग फेस के साथ दीजिए, ऐसा तो ये काफी हेल्प करेगा आपको।
So definitely to the viewers and to the students, I can conclude that आज का जो वीडियो है definitely helpful है, और आगे भी हम ऐसे ही वीडियो लाते रहेंगे और बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज के स्टूडेंट्स आएंगे। और सबकी तरफ से शिवम को, हम सभी की तरफ से थैंक यू आज
थैंक यू सो
अपना
मच
टाइम दिया।
निहाल इनवाइटिंग। थैंक यू सो
और
मच।
डेफिनेटली ये बहुत ही अच्छे लर्निंग लेसन्स होंगे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए भी जो गेट की तैयारी कर रहे हैं कि गेट के बाद लाइफ कैसे होने वाली है।
एक चीज मैं आपके व्यूअर्स को भी बोलना चाहूंगा, आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं निहाल। आपके वीडियोस हम लोग भी फॉलो करते हैं, काफी मोटिवेटिंग होते हैं, खासकर जो टेक्निकल डोमेन के स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके लिए तो होते ही होते हैं। उस पर आप काफी लाइफ लेसन्स भी देते हैं कि कैसे डिप्रेशन को ओवरकम किया जाए। आज की डेट में बहुत कॉमन चीजें हैं, ये देखने को मिल रही। तो
हाँ,
आप भी काफी,
definitely.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं। कीप वर्किंग, वी ऑल हैव योर सपोर्ट एंड वी ऑल सपोर्ट यू यार। बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हो निहाल, कीप गोइंग
Thank
लाइक
you,
दिस।
thank you. Thank you for your support.
जैसा कि मैंने कहा था कि मैं इंजीनियर्स के लिए स्पेशली इंटरव्यू सीरीज लेकर आऊँगा, जिससे कि जो फ्रेशर्स हैं जिनके पास एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है कि इंटरव्यू के लिए कैसे प्रिपेयर करें, कौन कौन सी कंपनी में किस तरह से अप्लाई करें और कैसे तैयारी करें। आज ये पहला वीडियो है और इसके बाद एक एक करके अलग अलग कंपनीज के वीडियोज़ में लेकर आऊँगा।